marked difference why Meghan Markle won't be opening her presents on Christmas Day anymore. But the Duchess of Sussex will be able to exchange gifts earlier than December 25th. There's one royal festive tradition Meghan Markle will have to get used to now she's married to Harry: not opening her presents on Christmas morning. The firm have a different tradition to the rest of the country and open their gifts on Christmas Eve instead. The official royal website states, on Christmas Eve, the royal family lay out their presents on trestle tables and will exchange their gifts at tea time. The Queen will also dish out special gifts to some members of staff. The site continues, all members of the royal household will receive Christmas presents from the Queen. Her Majesty will personally hand out presents to some members of the royal household at Buckingham Palace and at Windsor Castle. A former royal chef, Darren McGrady, has revealed this is because the family are of German descent, so they weave in German traditions to their celebrations. It is tradition for German families to open their presents on Christmas Eve, and it won't just be Meghan who has to accept this royal tradition. The youngest royals, including Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, also have to receive their gifts on Christmas Eve. Meghan and Harry will join the rest of the royal clan at Sandringham for Christmas Day and New Year, where they will attend a church service on December 25th at St. Mary's Magdalene. The royal website adds, the royal family traditionally spends Christmas and New Year at Sandringham House, the Queen's country estate in Norfolk. The royals previously celebrated the festivities at Windsor Castle, where Meghan and Harry tied the knot earlier this year, but this tradition changed 30 years ago. Although the royal family exchange gifts over Christmas, they are not allowed to accept certain gifts from the public. The royal family have a strict policy they must follow, and the documents details the process for the acceptance of gifts. It states the royal family can only take home presents if they cost less than £150, and each gift has to be recorded. This Christmas will mark the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's last Christmas as a duo, as the pair are expecting their first child together. For those who want to be organized this Christmas can bag themselves bargain deals during Black Friday. And there's not long to wait before Christmas Day, just less than 6 weeks to be precise. While Meghan Markle has been known to stray from royal tradition from time to time, the Duchess of Sussex likely won't break her new family's holiday traditions. Each holiday season, for the past 2 decades, the royal family retreats to the Sandringham House, Queen Elizabeth II's private country home in Norfolk, England. There, they celebrate both Christmas and the New Year together. And there are certain customs the royals have come to love over the years. For example, many families may exchange gifts on Christmas Day, but the royal family, children included, has their own routine. The royal family lay out their presents on trestle tables and will exchange their gifts at tea time. On Christmas Eve, the royal household states online. Former royal chef Darren McGrady said this age-old tradition can actually be attributed to the British family's German heritage. The royals are of German descent, so they weave in German traditions to their celebrations, McGrady told Express on Tuesday, noting Germans typically open presents on December 24. After afternoon tea, they open gifts on Christmas Eve, as is the German tradition. However, Markle and Harry have been known to mix things up, often forging their own path as a royal couple. Former royal chef Darren McGrady said this age-old tradition can actually be attributed to the British family's German heritage. The royals are of German descent, so they weave in German traditions to their celebrations, McGrady told Express on Tuesday, noting Germans typically open presents on December 24. After afternoon tea, they open gifts on Christmas Eve, as is the German tradition. However, Markle and Harry have been known to mix things up, often forging their own path as a royal couple. Roughly a month after her engagement to Harry in 2017, Markle joined the royal family to celebrate Christmas. In fact, that's when she was officially welcomed into the family by Queen Elizabeth II. Markle joining the royal family during Christmas, her first public outing with the family, was unusual because new members are usually invited to holiday events only after they are married, according to the Telegraph. Kate Middleton was also only welcomed into the family after she married William. Markle was spotted walking next to Middleton as she held Harry's arm while arriving at St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham for a traditional Christmas service in 2017. attending a morning church service at the street. Mary Magdalene is yet another family tradition Markle will most likely participate in again this year. According to the royal household, she'll also assist the royal family in putting the final touches on their Christmas tree. And Markle should definitely expect to receive a gift from Queen Elizabeth II. All members of the royal household will receive Christmas presents from the Queen, and Her Majesty will personally hand out presents to some members of the royal household at Buckingham Palace and at Windsor Castle, the royal household explains. Continuing the tradition from her father, King George VI, and her grandfather, George V, the Queen also gives Christmas puddings to her staff. However, the Queen may have a hard time topping the gift she reportedly received from Markle last year, a singing hamster. Meghan bought a little hamster that sings with a little rope for Her Majesty, a source told the Daily Star in January. It was so funny, especially when the corgis tried to take hold of the toy.